cast your mind back to the final, what were you thinking with like 10 to play? Because could have gone either way, couldn't it?
Difficult game. It's what we said at half time, that we don't need to go and take chances. At 0-0, a chance was always going to open up in the game, and thankfully it fell to us. But it was nip and tuck really. No team really wanted to take a chance or take an opportunity, because they were fearful that if it went wrong we might get caught on the counter attack. But when the time came, it fell to the right man, and the rest was history.
Obviously it'd have been nice to go up automatically, but do you think it's the best way to do it via the playoffs? Both games were quite tight, weren't they? But you managed to get over the line.
Yeah, to be honest, after failing twice in the last 5 years, to go up the third time, I think it's the best way to go up. It's nicer to go up in the playoffs, because you're just winning a final as well, just to go up as well. So, and I think with us finishing fourth, the top three had already gone, so it was only right that we went up as fourth as well. So that was good.
You said a few times, was it 28th of June, you said you set it all out to the players and everything. Like obviously any team can aspire to go up. What was it that made you believe that you could actually do it?
28th of June we sat in here and we sent the lads a point tally, and we fell 1 point short of that point tally. But we did get up and we took it over the line. There was difficult times during the season. We started really well, but then injuries and suspensions kicked in, and then we had a wobble. Between February and March, and some of the big teams came, and we put on our better performance of the season. But it took a lot out of us, beating Scarborough and Joey Hyde and beating South Shields, and they were all coming back to back, and then it was reverse fixtures, and we just didn't have enough energy or squad capacity to repeat their performances. And towards the end, we probably didn't go into the playoffs in the best form really. But we knew that we knew what we had to do. We knew we'd been there all season, and we knew that we felt inside this was our time, and thankfully it was. And being the semi-final against Tadcaster and then win the final in the fashion that we did, it was fitting really. And
One thing you didn't do was lose many games, but when you did, you tended to respond quite well to that. How important do you think that was?
Yeah, it's massive. You've got to bounce back as soon as possible after a defeat. And like you said, this place was made a fortress. It was Rami that beat us here in about October, November, and since then nobody's come here and turned us over. That's why we felt comfortable in the playoffs. Tadcaster in the semi, even though we went a goal down, we were sure we were going to get back in, and great character from the lads to turn it around and win the game.
Two players that were important in the first half, we talked about them in another interview, were Mooney and Baines, and then you brought in Charnock and Nightingale, both similar players to both of them. Obviously a winger and a centre half. How important were they when you brought them in?
Charnock and Nightingale did really well, and I've paid Charnock plenty of superlatives in the Evening Post, and Lewis come in and did what he did in the semi-final, and the goal at Scarborough and goal at Trafford. But I don't want to say they replaced Mooney and Baines, because I think they are irreplaceable. I think what they did at their age for the best part of the first half of the season was fitting. Big thank you goes out to Fleetwood. But watching them kids, on the stage doing what they did week in, week out, and it was Mooney going 1v1 and scoring his goals, or Baines just being the rock. And you talk about big shoes to fill. We lost our captain, with a fractured eye socket, Matt Lawler, and Baines had to step in and really stand up to the opportunity that was being presented, and he was brilliant. And if he would have been here all season, then hands down he probably would have got Player of the Year. And I wasn't surprised when I've seen he's gone on to bigger and better things. He's just signed a 12-month loan deal with Southport yesterday. We wish him all the best, as we wish Dan all the best. But as for Lewis and Charno, they were great for us and helped us get over the line.
You made Charnock permanent already. Was that an relatively easy decision for both of you?
Yeah, well, we both think he's a centre half. He's an old school centre half. He defends, he wins his headers, wins his tackles, plays the ball easy, and I think he's got better and better from when he started away at Mosley for us. Throughout the season, he's got better and better as the season's gone on.
And Roscoe as well. I think I read somewhere you said you've not even seen the best of him yet, but in that South Shields game, the 3-2, he scored to make it. 2-1 did he score? So you've seen glimpses of what he's about.
Roscoe's a great player. He came to us on the back of probably starting 4 or 5 games for Chorley this season, and when you've been a big part player all season, and that's no disrespect to Adam or Chorley, when you've been a big part player, it's hard to come in and he came in at a pivotal part of the season, and we were expecting probably bigger things than what we should have done, because obviously being a Chorley player, it took time to find his feet, took time to find his fitness levels. But I have said I don't think we've seen the best of him. I think next season he'll be on the stage. I think he'll do have a really good pre-season, and he'll come in and he'll hit the ground running. But you know he's a fantastic player. He's represented Chorley for the last 6 or 7 years and scored amazing goals to get him over the line in the playoff final, etc. But no, he's both of them are massive signings for us, and will definitely help us in our quest to get out of the next league next season.
Danny Forbes took quite a lot of awards at the end of the season. How big of a part do you think he can play next year? He's got everything going for him, and in the midfield.
Yeah, I think Danny's a bit of an unsung hero for the team. Very effective in what he does. Very good team player. Obviously, all the plaudits go to the lads who score the goals, the lads who assist the goals. But he was a key part of that team last year. And the awards said that, Managers Player of the Year, Players Player of the Year. You don't win them by not having a good season. And he'll kick on now, Danny. He'll come back pre-season and go again, and he'll be an integral part of that team next year.
Simon Wiles, we saw this week, has gone to Fleetwood. Obviously, it's a shame for you both to lose him, but how much do you think you've learnt from him having him by your side?
I think we both learned. Crowey, manager, I was assistant, whilst I came as his coach, and he taught us a lot. Yeah. He was, his sessions that he put on, his professionalism, the things that you can see that he's been taught in his career and then through his coaching badges, he kind of put it into practice here. And then when he stepped up to be assistant manager, he stepped up another gear. And the one thing that was possibly missing from him as coach was the way to handle players, the way to deal with players, etc. He does that in abundance. He does it, no problem at all. His sessions are as good as what you'll see. There's nothing better outside the Football League, and we won't realise how big of a miss he will be until he actually steps away. He's been great for the club. He's been great for me. He's been great for Crowey, and we're going to miss him. But with missing him, we're going to wish him well as well, because the kid's got a bright future. I've said in the evening polls this week that I believe Fleet was just a stepping stone. I think he'll go higher and higher. He's a nice lad. His feet are on the ground, and we want the best for him. But as Simon leaves, Mickey Taylor gets the opportunity now to step up as a first team coach, and Mick's done his badges, and Mick's worked with Simon a lot over the years, and we're in no doubt that Mick will be able to replicate exactly what Simon just did.
Looking ahead to next season, you've already signed Paul Dawson from Kendal and Matthew Morgan from Colne. Are they both, I'm guessing they're two players you like the look of when you played against them last season?
Yeah, definitely. Paul had a good game against us at Kendal up there at their place. Stood out, young lad, hunger, fit. He fits the bill for us, Matty stood out when Colne played us here. We won the game with a penalty, obviously, but he stood out as a danger man as well. So he was another one that we wanted. And there's Jordan as well, who signed on loan from Chorley. I mean, he had half a season at Skem last year, done well. So Chorley have put him on a contract, and now they want him out on a season-long loan with us to gain more experience. But he's an exciting player. Yeah.
What do you think the biggest challenge of going into a league higher is going to be?
Finances. I think when you look at some of the teams, what their expectations are, and the wage bills that they're putting around, and you only have to see Warrington failed to get out last season, and it's been well known what their type of wage bill will be. Finances, I don't know. It's the expectations as well. We've done a lot in the last 18 months, but the expectations of the club has got to be to always be the best it can be. And don't say we're going to go into the league and we want to consolidate, but there's a lot of learning to do. It's our first time that we're going to go in there. There's going to be new teams, there's going to be new players, and new management teams, new grounds that we're going to visit. So it's exciting. If you ask me though what I want to do, I want to get promoted again. And I'm sure that goes right through the club. Whether or not it's achievable in the first season, we're not sure. But that's why we've set our target. That's why we've signed. I've signed a contract at the club, and Crowey's here. We want to get the club as high as we can, as quick as we can. But it's going to be a challenge. It's one that we're not afraid of.
Are you going to set a goal like last year? You said the 20th of June, or do you think is it best with it being a new league to see what happens? You saw Lincoln in League Two; they'd just gone up and they already made the playoffs. So anything can happen, can't it? Really?
I don't think it's in me to say we're going to consolidate and look at the league. I think we're always going to strive to hit the heights that we can hit. South Shields are in there, Scarborough in there, Hyder in there. And I know they'll go and strengthen, but we're as good as them on our day with our additions as well. And then you look like talked to obviously the Warringtons and Farleys, etc. It's going to be a great league. It's going to be a great league, but we've been saying that this team that we've got here is good enough to play in the next league above. So we're in there now. and we'll see whether or not them words come to fruition or not.